Hi, everybody. I've had an absolute blast recording your championship intros on audio and also on video. And for those of you that didn't know, the videos can be done special exactly the way you like them because these are green screens and we can do them with a scene behind me. Do you want a fighting scene? Do you want a beach scene? Do you want a race car scene? Any scene you want, we can give it to you. It's your theme and my pleasure. Just write our offices and we will answer you with the exact fee involved and how it'll get done. So here we are, and now it's time, and it's your choice. Cheers! From the shores of Malibu where the waves are pumping, to the Great Wall of China and back to the streets of Las Vegas where the UFC is coming, we are live. This is It's Time Radio, the show where we talk about what you think about but may be afraid to voice. Don't worry, we'll voice it for you. We talk about it all. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, movies, TV, UFC. I'm here with my co-host, TJ DeSantis. TJ, another week gone by. You've been busy. I've been busy. Getting busier. Ending the summer. And all good.
Yeah, I hate saying that we're ending summer because it's hardly even August at this point. But I had to buy my kid back to school stuff already.
Yep, name of the game. They'll be going back to school in September. Enjoy all the time with him you can. August is a beautiful month coming up, and let's all enjoy it. But you know what? Let's enjoy this show because we have a very special guest, a man who proved that he is the number one contender at UFC 317. A big, big jump in the contention ratings. And none other than Brandon Royval. Brandon, how are you?
He's not Brandon Royval.
I know, I'm kidding. I thought I'd just say that just see how you're on. Joshua Van! There you are, Joshua. Pardon my joke, Joshua. I like to keep TJ on his toes a little bit, maybe surprise the guests once in a while.
Sir, I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, Joshua. I'm good. Joshua, you were so impressive in that fight, and it was so unreal. Your strategy against Brandon Royval, coming in on a short notice and doing what you did, just impressive. I'm impressed by a lot of fighters in the UFC over the years, many fighters, but you made a huge move in this fight with the way the fans look at you, the way the powers that be look at you, and to go to number one in the contender ratings. What was your rating going into that fight?
Man, my thing is just to win the fight. You know what I mean? When they give me a call, I was just like, let me just take this fight, and if I win, I get the title and things like that. So yeah, that was just my mindset going into the fight.
I'll answer for him. I think he was number 11, Buff.
Yeah, number 11. It wasn't even in the top 10. I have never seen a fighter go from outside of top 10 contention directly into number one. I mean, that's an historical move. Have you ever seen that, TJ?
Not that I can recall. And you mentioned Brandon Royval. Credit to him for taking this fight because if I was Royval, I don't think I'd be taking on Josh Van if I were given the opportunity, especially on short notice. He was the number one contender. Joshua is this kid who's been tearing it up. A lot of people, Royval had a lot to lose and not necessarily a lot to gain to take on Josh, but he's a born fighter and he stepped up. But man, Joshua stepped up in a way that he would not be denied, Buff. Personally, I think that's the best fight we've seen all year.
I definitely think it's a contender for Fight of the Year, no question. And I just have to ask real quick, is Joshua's volume up high enough?
Yeah, it's good. Okay.
I was having a hard time for now. It's coming through. You know what? Contender of the year, but I mean, when you look at it, landing 419 significant strikes, which was a UFC record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else you want to get a first for here in your fight, Joshua? Going from 11 to 1, landing the most significant strikes ever in a UFC fight in the 33 plus years that this has been in existence. I mean, landmark achievements. And then to earn Fight of the Night against Royval, landmark achievement. Any other landmark achievements that I'm missing here?
I think that's it, right? I don't know what else to say, man. Shout out to Royval for giving me a chance, but other than that, man, he was a great fighter, and I'm just honored to be in the cage with him.
Well, what was the real quick? You mentioned short notice, Buff. What was the time difference between your last fight and then the Royval fight?
Like
Like,
uh the preparation time or what?
yeah, how much time?
For the Royval fight, we got what 2 weeks because I mean they gave me 3 weeks, but like the fight week is just the weight cut and all those media stuff. So we got 2 weeks, but the I mean the Bruno Silva fight, I think I got like 6 week to 7.
Right. And, earning the Fight of the Night award against Royval, I'm sure that was very exciting for you, because it definitely can be a bit of a life changer when you get a nice bonus like that. And congratulations on that. I love seeing fighters get their bonuses. What, if anything, did you learn from your performance against Royval based on how you normally fight that you'll carry into a title fight when you go into your title match?
Man, I learned that I got to work on my defense a lot more. Getting hit that much in a fight, it wasn't like it don't feel great after the fight. You know what I mean? When I was in the fight, I was enjoying the fight and everything, but after the fight, I was feeling all those punches and stuff like that. So I got to work on my defense for sure.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to fight every fight like that. That's not a
Yes, sir.
brain smart thing to do, shall we say.
Yeah.
You want to keep yourself sharp and everything. You're very humble, Joshua, and it's very cool to see, and I always love that in a fighter. Um, you get in there, and I think you prove yourself with your fists, you prove yourself with your feet, you prove yourself with your takedowns and your submissions and all of that. And it's wonderful to see a fighter that's so well-rounded like that. Are you going to prepare differently for a potential title shot against Alejandro Pantoja?
Uh, Not really, man. I have confidence in my team and I have confidence in myself. You know what I mean? I feel like if we switch up things like that, you know what I mean, it's not gonna go well for us. So I feel like we will stay the same. But we know that he's gonna come in grappling strong, you know what I mean? So but we gotta let something for that. But other than that, man, we just gonna prepare it the same way we always do.
Yeah, I think the big test for you in training for that, or one of the big tests, not tests rather, training for that fight would be on countering Pantoja's grappling. Countering those takedowns, gaining the confidence to avoid the takedowns, right? Which, let's face it, what's the greatest way to avoid a takedown unless you're against the cage? The sprawl, just catch him and sprawl. And
Yeah.
I think I'm correct in that, am I not, TJ?
Yeah.
And I feel like he gonna have a hard time fighting a guy like me too, cause you know what I mean. The guys that he fought before, they gave him too much respect and things like that. But you know what I mean. I don't think he ever fight a guy that is as confident as me going forward. You know what I mean. So I think it's just gonna be a battle between you know what I mean, the striker and the grappler.
Right. And not to bring up a painful memory, but does your knockout loss to Charles Johnson in any way affect your moving forward? And, a lot of fighters, they get affected by that. Do you even think about that, or is just something that happened, it's past?
Nah, that was the best thing ever happened in my life.
Good.
I was getting cocky, man, and then what I mean. I just got humble, and now I'm in the gym, training, trying to get better every time. So, I think that was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Exactly. It's one of my biggest complaints when fighters get too cocky and do what they do. It's like sooner or later you're going to get caught. When you get caught, you either learn from it or you don't. And everybody from Anderson Silva to yourself has gone through that situation, So it's definitely got to be a performance changer. As far as your high strike rate that you had against Brandon, going against Pantoja, you said you don't want to get hit as much. I think that will probably affect your high strike rate too. Like maybe choosing your position or choosing your shots better, or will it not affect it?
Well, here's one thing. I say I got to work on my defense, but the thing is, Royval is very long, guys. Most of the time, like when I hit him and I step back, his arm will still reach me and things like that. But you gotta remember, Pantoja is my height. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a lot easier for me to hit him and not get hit. So I feel like, you know what I mean. I'll do a lot better here with my striking than the Royval fight.
Very cool. You feel a lot of pressure coming up if you're fighting for a UFC flyweight title. being as young as you are at 23, does it create more pressure for you, or is it just another fight?
Nah, it's just another fight, man. I just happen to be, we'll be like fighting for the championship. You know what I mean? So it's just another fight.
Wonderful. And aren't you excited about potentially being one of the youngest UFC champions ever?
Yeah, I'm excited to be like that. I'm gonna be the first Asian male UFC champion. You know what I mean? That is history in the making.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
even think about that. Here we are, first, setting
Yeah.
records left and right. I don't know, no offense against Pantoja, I'm always made the best man or woman win, but when you think about how you're setting precedents and everything else, I think there's destiny in this future that we're talking about. You know, that'd be awesome, and to be the first Asian champion in the octagon, that'd be an incredible achievement for many, many reasons beyond the obvious.
Yes, sir, and it will happen because I write it on the paper, and
Right.
it will happen. So,
Well, if you wrote it down, I always say in the motivational speeches I get, no matter what idea you have, no matter what your goal is for the future, if you don't write it down, it's not going to happen.
yes, sir.
And there's an actor named Jim Carrey who wrote a $20 million check to himself and kept it in his wallet, right? You know Jim Carrey, the actor? And he did that when he was very, very, very young, right? And lo and behold, he made a $20 million plus payday, and it came true. You know,
There you go.
write it down.
What else have you written down, Joshua?
Man, before I got called to the UFC, I said I have this journal, and I said Road to UFC. I will be in the UFC this year, and as soon enough they called me, and you know what I mean. Ever seen that, I just start writing everything down, like everything that I do, and just you know what I mean. And this right here, if you look at the thing, like look at this, my screen. You know what I mean? I've been having this for 5 years now. You know what I mean? So I just read this every morning. Every morning I wake up, I'll just look at my screen, and that's the first thing I do. Remind myself that I'm a champion.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, aside from Pantoja, um, ever any thoughts about going up in weight
Nah,
in another division?
I'm a small 25er. You know what I mean? Like if you ask me, but I just like to find my natural weight, man. But you know what I mean? When I get older, I feel like I'll gain more weight. Then maybe we could talk about going up.
Right.
What do you walk around at, Joshua?
I'm light as fuck. What? 140? Yeah, 141, 42.
Okay.
And also to have, out of curiosity, um, sponsors after a performance like that, and you don't have to say what or when or where. Did you get approached by other like deals coming in? People wanting you to be part of something.
Yes, sir. The opportunity has been like a lot of opportunity has been open.
Good, good. And your management handling it well? Because this is where
Yes,
you're going to
sir.
make the money. You're going to make the money
Yeah.
on the outside the octagon. Not that you don't make it inside, but outside the octagon, so you make significantly more money to add to the purses that you receive.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Jason. He's doing his thing with them sponsors. So, yeah, I'm happy with what he got me.
Jason knows what he's doing. He's got, I think, he's got a number of his fighters at my site, millions.co, making merch and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you're on that yet, but he can guide you through that over
Yes,
there.
sir.
You doing cameos or anything like that? Cameo videos or anything?
No, not yet. No.
Okay. Well, think about it. It
Yes,
adds
sir.
extra income. Could be a car payment, could be a house payment a month for you as you grow.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're an explosive point in your career. Every time you step in and step out of that octagon, it's taking you to another level. So you want to prepare for it as much as possible.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
You mentioned a house payment, Buff. I know Joshua is a family man, and you were able to buy your mom a house. What was that like?
She's very happy. Like I'm in her house right now. So
Nice.
yeah. Like
You're a guy that keeps his circle pretty small, Joshua. How important is that to sort of stay level-headed?
yeah, man. When you get like when you get win like that, you know, like new people trying to comes and things like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not always a good thing, but you know what I mean. I always know who stayed with me in the beginning and things like that. So I like to keep my circle small and listen to the same people that guide me here. So yeah.
Buff mentioned that you have the opportunity to be one of the youngest UFC champions, and when you're young, I mean, even John Jones, who was on a tear when he was younger, people said, "Oh, is this too much too soon?" Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about the timeline and is this too much too soon, or are you just ready for it all?
I feel like it's too late because I really, really, really want to be the youngest champion in the UFC, but you know what I mean. Everything happened for a reason. You know what I mean. So God is the perfect planner. So you know whatever He give me, I'll take it.
What is the timeline? Is there a timeline?
Yeah, I'll become a champion this year by the end of this year.
All
Good. And
right.
I'll look very, very forward to, no offense to Pantoja, of course, because again, may the best man win. But I have you on the show right now. I'm looking at you. I'm extremely impressed by you. And it would be an honor to say, and new,
Sir. Yes,
much
sir.
more emphasis on the and new when I say it, but just for the sake of getting it across. So I look forward
Final question here, Buff, if you don't mind.
go, go, go.
Joshua, that was one of the best fights we've seen this year. I think fight of the year. It might be the best, sort of flyweight title eliminator we've ever seen. It was very close. Going into that third and final round, what was your mindset? What got you through that fight, and how confident were you that you were going to get your hand raised?
I was confident, man. Like during the fight, I thought I lost the second round. You know what I mean? But going into the third round, I feel like I got my timings and everything, and I feel like I don't even need that knockdown for me to win, but it just make it clear. You know what I mean? So, but looking back in the fight, man, I feel like I won all three rounds because if we score on like damage and stuff like that, I feel like I do more damage even on the second round. You know what I mean? He land jab and things like that, but you know what I mean. I was all good.
Very cool. You celebrate afterwards?
Yeah, I did.
How does
I
Joshua
went.
Van celebrate?
I went on vacation. I'm a family man, man. I don't really do too crazy. You know, I don't really get too crazy. Just travel around the country.
Okay. All right. Well, you know
Where'd you
what?
go?
Everywhere, like we'll go to Tennessee's and Kentucky's and things like that. We do a road trip. Yeah.
Nice. Is
Nice.
it is it in a van?
Nah, it was in the truck. I was hoping it was in
Okay.
the van, but yeah.
That's funny. It's like if you're in a van driving, you can go, it's the Joshua van. You can put it
Yeah,
down.
the Joshua man. Yep.
All right, Joshua, listen, I wish you all the best in your upcoming career. I look forward to seeing you in the octagon and roaring your name to the millions watching when it comes time for that big championship fight. I know you'll be ready to go. I know you'll be prepared. You can look forward to receiving honors for this fight moving forward as possible fight of the year. Who knows? Maybe even a Hall of Fame induction. I mean, anything's possible in life, Joshua. Just write them down, keep going for it, stay positive, stay the fine man that you are, and a role model in the UFC, which you are. And obviously, as I can see, you're a fine family man. And cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome, Joshua. Thank you for being on the show. Hi, everybody. I've had an absolute blast recording your championship intros on audio and also on video. And for those of you that didn't know, the videos can be done special exactly the way you like them because these are green screens and we can do them with a scene behind me. Do you want a fighting scene? Do you want a beach scene? Do you want a race car scene? Any scene you want, we can give it to you. It's your theme and my pleasure. Just write our offices and we will answer you with the exact fee involved and how it'll get done. So here we are, and now it's time, and it's your choice. Cheers! All right, everybody, that's Joshua Van. Let's say he's got a heck of a career. I was kidding him in the beginning when I said, when I said the Royval name, but I guess that didn't catch on too quick. But you know me, TJ, I always like to keep people on their toes.
You're a jokester, Buff. I mean, that's the thing. Joshua Van, for a lot of people, for casuals, I think he kind of came out of nowhere, but he's been a guy that's slowly been grinding his way through. He came up through Fury FC in Texas and was a champion there, and it's taken little time for him to sort of get in the position that he's in, and it's for a variety of reasons. And one is he's so entertaining to fight, and again, I want to give credit to Brandon Royval to take this fight because, again, not many guys who are sitting in that number one contender spot are going to take a fight with someone outside the top 10, period, let alone someone who is as dangerous as Joshua Van. He stepped up, and we're all better for it because, again, fight of the year for me so far here in 2025.
Absolutely, without question. Well, kudos to Joshua. We'll be watching the evolutionary process of his career. Jason's a very fine manager, and I'm sure he's taking care of him otherwise. Let's go on to a few things in the news before we change here. Well, I will go over real quick. There's an Apex fight this weekend. I will be announcing, depending on when you're watching the show, I may have already announced it, but it's in the Apex with Tatsuro Tara against Young Sung Park. And that's the flyweight bout. We get back to the flyweights. And Mataus Rebecki and Chris Duncan and a lot of Carol Hosa and Nora Canol. That'll be a really good fight. The French fighter Nora Canol against Carol Hosa, who is number 10 contender. So no championship fights, but definitely a lot of very fine fights at 12-fight fight night, and it is going to be on ESPN, so it should be watched very, very well. And then we got the Chicago show coming up. But a few things in the news here. Let's see. Oh, Conor McGregor's back in the news again just because he lost.
Oh, what else is new?
No, it's just the trying to appeal the assault case that he dealt with.
Right.
He lost the right to appeal in the civil case. That's in Dublin, Ireland. We'll see how that pans out. I don't want to talk negative about the news, but the news is up there. But he is doing a lot with the bare knuckle fighting. That seems to be coming on really strong. How do you like bare knuckle fighting, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, it's not my thing personally, but to each their own.
Yeah. Well, it's got an audience, that's for sure. And we've had a number of fighters on here that have said they've either done it or will do it or who knows. But I think that's more of a tail end of career, unless you're unless you're a bare knuckle fighter born to be, and that's where you're making your statement. But there's a couple fighters making a lot of money in that, no question. I don't think Conor McGregor's ever going to fight it. I know that he's said he would fight. Who did he say he would fight?
I mean, there's been talk about him maybe fighting Mike Perry.
Yeah, Mike Perry.
Bottom line is he owes 2 fights to the UFC before he can do anything, and at this rate, I don't know if we're going to get those 2 fights.
Well, he's living his life. He's living the good life. So we'll see what happens. If it happens, it happens. You fell with Gilbert Arenas, NBA star.
Yep.
Have you ever seen Molly's game?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, he was arrested Wednesday and accused by the Department of Justice for being part of a high-stakes illegal gambling ring that was run out of one of his California homes.
Interesting.
Having the Molly's game where they take what they call rake off the I mean, you can have home games. Like, I enjoy home games and stuff like that. But if you take rake off the table, if you're taking a piece of the action or whatever, then you're actually treating it like a formal casino. So they were obviously investigating for a while. We'll see how this pans out. I think there's a lot more to this story than just that.
Yeah, it's kind of wait and see because, I mean, I don't think the government's trying to shut down home games too often.
Well, home games like that, they will because, again, it's illegal gambling. But, as far as this is concerned, obviously it's been under investigation. But you read the whole thing, it's exactly like watching the Molly's game and what she went through. So that'll be millions of dollars to the attorneys right there dealing with that one.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp, he's out at ESPN. He settled the rape lawsuit that, whatever, but they say now he's out at ESPN. He's not going to come back.
That's interesting. I mean, he's a huge personality. We'll see if he sort of lands on his feet. But, yeah, he did not look good in the media the last few months.
Yeah, that's true. But ESPN looks like they're standing by their decision, and I'm sure he was making some very, very excellent money over there at ESPN.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Um, More things on the air, airplanes, things happening here. Delta flight was forced to make an emergency landing on Wednesday. 25 people taken to the hospital.
What
Turbulence.
happened? Oh,
Turbulence.
turbulence. Yeah.
Yeah, I was traveling from Salt Lake City to Amsterdam. Had to make an emergency landing in your hometown of Minneapolis. And um, basically 25 people hospitalized. This is one of the reasons why when the pilot comes on over the thing and he says, fasten your seatbelts, we're experiencing turbulence. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever seen any of these turbulence videos, but people
Oh
go
yeah.
flying into the air. It's just like in a movie when you've seen it in a movie.
Oh yeah. It's scary stuff.
It's scary stuff. Scary stuff. So, I mean, I've been involved. Obviously, I get that all the time. And I mean, I snap that seatbelt right on. Even if I leave it a little bit loose, I'm not going
Yeah.
to I'm not going to take any chances.
No.
All right. Well, this weekend, Naked Gun's getting released.
I'm curious
About
just what it's going to be like. I mean, that's an iconic pillar of film. Liam Neeson, he doesn't strike me as a Frank Drebin, but we'll see what happens.
he does. I'm in the movie along with Anik and Bisbing, and John posted up. They've done a number of releases of the trailers. I think I sent you one, which shows Liam and I in the octagon. It's not any secret by now, but I get knocked out by Liam Neeson in the octagon. And I had the chance to work with him and all. He has a dry sense of humor. I think he does a really good job. And Anik went to the premiere in New York. I couldn't make it. And it's an 85-minute long film, and he said it's absolutely hilarious.
Awesome. I'm excited to see it.
There's the review from John Anik. So all good there. Darth Vader's lightsaber is hitting the auction block.
Yeah.
Any guess on what you think it's going to go for?
We talked about this last week.
Did we get this last week?
I can't remember what Chris said. I don't remember. I don't know. 2 million?
1 to 3 million, probably smack in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot we talked about it last week because I'm dealing with a lot of stuff happening because the It's Time Trading Card and Esports Center is under construction right now.
Yep.
In Agoura Hills, California, and it is coming along fantastically. So we plan an October opening.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. A lot of people are going to attend that. It's going to be a big thing.
You're going to open up a podcast space. You're going to have me come run it. It's going to be amazing.
All right, TJ. Well, I'll definitely be introducing you to my partner, and you can work all that out. No problem. The podcast space looks very, very, very cool. It's too far away for me to go do it. We'll be doing our other types of podcasts. I'll probably still be doing them remotely, but we'll see what happens.
All right.
What's up with you, TJ? What's going on with you?
I'm in Vegas. Going to be in Vegas for the next at least 3 weeks when we record the show, doing PGF, the Professional Grapplers Federation. It's league-based jiu-jitsu. It's so much fun, Buff. Every Wednesday night on YouTube. You got 4 teams. They're grappling. They sold a team for $1 million. It's really kind of changing the face of jiu-jitsu.
I love hearing that. More money, more money, more money. Love hearing that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I just came over to the Justin Timberlake's got Lyme disease.
That's a lot more common than people think.
It's not fun though. It's
not fun, and it goes undiagnosed for a very long time, more often than not.
Yeah. Recently diagnosed with it. That can definitely affect his tour.
Oh yeah.
How do you get Lyme disease? You got to get bit by something?
By a tick, yeah.
Well, watch out where you camp. Chris is on vacation this week. She and her family went to Yosemite.
Nice.
Yeah, beautiful. Nice little break. Nice.
Hopefully they don't get any ticks.
Oh, stop, please! Don't even go there. Don't even go there. Okay, that's really it. It's light. Not much in the news except a lot of negativity, and I don't even want to go into it. I don't even want to go into it.
I feel you.
You know what we're reading about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, one last thing.
Oh.
South Park. Their episode. Did you see that episode?
I have not seen it. I haven't watched South Park since 1999.
Oh my Lord, how do they get away with this stuff? Oh my Lord, it's crazy, TJ. It's on Paramount Plus. It's their opening season episode,
Yeah,
and
I've heard people talk a lot about it. Maybe I need to watch it.
it's pretty wild. I have not watched South Park in a long time, but all the news coming out about that episode, I had to watch it, and it's. I'm just going to say I'm not going to talk about it. Just watch it, if you can watch it. Okay.
All right, I'll take a look.
It's a lot of things on the political front. I don't know
Right.
how. It's amazing. Took a lot of balls to make this episode. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, TJ. I'll see everybody from the Octagon on Saturday. Go ahead and let's sign off, unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
No, that's it, man. Follow me on Twitter at TJ DeSantis. I refuse to call it X Buff. I don't know why. It's just in my head.
I have the same thing. I say Twitter all the time.
Yeah, no, at TJ DeSantis, and that's it for me, man.
Yeah, I know. They put out. I forget what interview I did, but they put out a thing where I said I would be. I don't plan on retiring for at least 8 years or more. And UFC 400. I'll write it down right now. UFC 400. I will be there.
There you go.
My goal. What is that? UFC 400 probably won't be for another 5 years?
At least, yeah.
Yeah, 12, 1, 3.
You and Jim Miller both.
7 years. 7 years. Give or take. Yeah, Jim Miller. Can you imagine Jim Miller's fighting on the card, right? I could see that. Definitely. Anyway, that's my goal, everybody. And thank you for all the nice comments and everything, when those stories were released. I sincerely appreciate them. I love waking up in the morning with UFC on my chest and enjoy and treat it very humbly to be the voice of the Octagon. And like I said, come Saturday night, it's my first show. It's always like my first show. Got to go in there and make sure I prove to myself, you, the powers that be, Dana, the fans, and the fighters, that I deserve this job because I love it. And thank you very much for all your support. All right, everybody, have a great time. Set your goals, write them down when you step on that yellow brick road to your future. Be the best you can be, because then you're winning, and that's what we're all about in It's Time Radio, is winning. And we'll be back next week. I want to thank you very much. Big cheers, everybody. No fears, and Buffer out.